I mean, yeah, it's good schedules now. Alright.
Like, really stupid. And I don't get why, like, I cannot believe having stuff in minus so...
Everything is minus. Like, that's... The move I just did is, like, minus 17.
It is, but it's punishable unless you do it in, like, terrible...
Oh, drill, yeah. That's scale worker, yeah. They're both, it's always minus.
Everything's minus. It's all minus. All this stuff just doesn't get punished. Like that. Well, that's it. That's a difference. Like 6 might as well be unpunished. Actually, against the actual 6 is literally unpunishable. Oh, close. What is that move?
The ball.
Oh yeah, I can punish the ball.
Oh my god, I cannot believe I fucking countered that.
No, you punish the ball by throwing.
Yeah. I mean, that's the best punish. You can...
Yeah, so I mean, I have a... Yeah, and a lot of these dives I can't punish either. And they're negative, but he's so far, he pushes himself so far away, it's like...
Oh, I did 2S on accident. Oh, that's a low, by the way.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I was probably got hit by that. Like, yeah, it was like...
I know, it's stupid. It was like, why is this so low?
Yeah, okay, that explains that, yeah. Yeah. I see. That's a little too, risky. Just throwing it in.
Yeah, it's a low crush. Because I wanted the mirror.
Oh, yeah.
Sets and other things. Some of his stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm trading with all these. I have the same range, but my move's also, like, hitting off on. Not really my favorite. Especially because it's OTP, it's like, oh, I did one thing that knocked you down. Here's what I did one straight hit that knocked you down. I got it. Yeah, Andy, if I could combo this finish it all that's him either. Oh, he's definitely. Oh, I mean, kind of play for what? I want to actually see this match. Do it to like find something that's punishable, a place where I can press a button. Like, I guess actually, it's not, it isn't. And
Oh, I did not want that air dash. Oh, you should look at GG1 clips of jump 5D. It's just 5D just in the fucking air. It's this fucking move and he just floats.
Mashing.
It's fucking great. Oh, I wanted that throw. Should be dead. Yep.
oh, that didn't even combo.
Yeah, I missed my tech. Oh, whoops. Nice. The thing about Cliff is he's pretty difficult to deal with from the beginning because it's so easy. Once you get used to how dumb his shit is, like, I can't really tell you off the top of my head what ways are to get out of it. I don't really play against this character. Once you do, you'll be like, oh, this is actually not that bad. Yeah, low and yeah. Yeah, you can this is jump S, this is jump H. Also, even though this move is plus, there's always a gap before it goes active. So if I do like 5H to this fireball, you can jump out. It might might be riskier for Axel because I play against Slash and he does his Eno. It might be riskier for Axel because he's got a 4-frame jump start up instead. That dodge is strike invincible for the entire duration. But you can just throw it.
I just realized that 2S is low, that's why Machisabaki.
Oh, you mean the thrust poke?
Yeah,
That's 2H.
That's 2H, but yeah. I know it's 2S and AC, but they switch
Yeah.
though.
Oh,
Yeah.
so S is the down stab?
Yes,
Yes.
that's now 2S.
Oh, each one.
Yeah. Oh.
Explains so much though, because before, you're doing the, blue fireball thing and do that at the end, I'm like, oh, it's kind of out now. Working.
Like, the thing with Cliff really is he has good neutral as long as no one contests it. And then once he hits you, he does this.
Yeah.
But like, if you're a character that can contest with, and almost every character can, you kill him in 2 hits. Or you should.
Because he's the TOD character.
Yeah.
He can TOD like test.
Yeah.
It costs meter, but still, it's pretty stupid. Yeah, there. That's the gap in the fireball. That worked. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Achisuka is about as far range as Fireball.
Actually, I'm not surprised I did.
Okay.
I actually didn't try to bait that. I just
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. The dodge, the way the dodge works, every time he does it, he increases his... And depending on his stun, he has ratio % chance of throwing out his back when he does it, which makes the dodge not work. So if you hit him, he can't dodge. Or
So-
he can, but it's a range.
Yes. Also, every time I 5D, I raise my own stun, so I can completely fuck myself over by every time I go for dodge and 5D, and you can just I can put myself next to like being stunned. It's weird.
So, Goken, you guys were playing Plus R earlier too, right? How's that going? How you guys are playing online?
Oh yeah, actually, that would be a really good thing. Your FB up chain would probably be really good in this.
There you go. Yeah.
Because it comes out ultra fast, covers a lot of the space he
Best
wants to
super in the
be.
game.
And then again, like everything else, you like. Ooh, like he just 8 straight hits and like, hey, no big deal. And then, boom. Oh well, never mind. That's a fucking-
I'm losing it over that Hachi counter.
So my.
happens all the time. Man.
And give order.
Yeah, I don't. Anywhere.
So that's his 5D, which is.
Oh, not the dust. That's box string. After I get hit by dust.
If
I do that, so I do an IAD like giant normal, but
can you walk the lesser fried egg into Benten and blow up the IAD? It's gonna be JSJH. Or no, that one's JKJS.
Well, Lola was
There
talking
you go.
about how like a lot of the game
Yeah.
with sharp reload.
Name Farouk, don't fix it.
Just, well, what he was saying, what he was talking about before, that you might be able to.
Why?
Because it'd be really easy.
No, but I mean, why?
And Isuka.
That one's more valid. Like, why do you want to play Edison?
A lot of people love sharp reload.
Yeah, they're all Eddie and Robo players.
Oh, whoops! I didn't want that.
Well, that killed you.
Yeah, it did.
Like, wow, that was
Yeah.
really dumb.
Also, yeah, Jason. If you stun me, I'm fucked. Because I don't know if I told you about my hand. I don't know if I told you about my hand.
oh, like just trying to mash up.
No, I can't mash right now because of my hand. I fucking sliced it open.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. I just got this switch moved yesterday.
I'm the same.
So if you stun me, I'm fucking dead right now.
Oh, it's
For it to heal.
same way. Like my hand, I didn't slice it.
Also,
My
it's
hand
4-2,
is
by
really
the way.
Fucked up mashing out of a stun.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm like,
You gotta be careful.
It's not a bother. I just like, okay.
Nice shot.
Okay.
Not,
Yeah.
kind of not worth it to like fuck up your hand forever for like some stupid ass. I really hate Stone like indie game. Like
Yeah.
there should never be
I hear you.
dash everything in this place.
I hear you.
Just become an ascended human like Fred, aka Faith on 8.
Okay, Nate's mostly playing against Kano. Nobody else in the chat for Switch Online casuals?
On H is a... Faith on H is human level 4.
Yeah, I'm not saying you should start. I'm just saying what you are.
Oh no, yeah.
My hand is usually not too good after extended beams anymore. Like stuff like that is like.
Oh, Lowland's Runaway Ducky.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a Lowland. Sup, Lowland?
Good compliments too. I saw your well, you were talking about Algar. You were talking about how good Algar was playing.
I mean...
Oh, boo!
Avoided it by getting hit.
Full survivor!
Dead.
That move's like -20.
Yeah,
But it's also completely random.
yeah. I was hoping
At minus 20, you
spikes
can't
that
punish
come up
it.
at the end, so like
It's minus X. We have no fucking idea how minus it is.
right?
It could be minus 20 on block, Jason. It could be minus 60 on hit. I'm not kidding.
Yeah. That's my favorite.
Yeah, I couldn't trust it.
Well, you got hit that time.
Before.
Never gonna forget Yasuko. Don't burst chop. That move leads to nothing. And then DQRF did a 260 damage combo off of chop and killed me.
It was more than that.
Yeah, no, it was like 4/5 of my health bar.
I was telling me that this is Max's favorite.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm like, that was just.
I honestly wouldn't be.
And Cliff legit has a
Okay,
touch
that
of
was
death.
Yeah. It does.
Okay.
Against Axel, it's frame perfect, but it's there.
Graf, can you try that? Yes.
I'm gonna try and find a way to punish.
Well, wanna? Yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
go
I-
for it.
That's fair enough.
Yeah, he just wants to let it.
If you're
Go for
really
it.
close, I can do
Just 5k.
yeah, 5K.
Yeah.
But usually you're at like this distance.
There you go.
Now do it a bit further away so that you're
Like here?
yeah, like you're poking it.
Yeah, max range, our space.
Okay, so max range, it must be less.
Yeah.
Must be less.
Yeah.
I think that's what's happening. Same thing with 5K too. As soon as 5K's
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
I think we figured out the mystery.
Alright.
Yes, I remember that like being like super punishable, but yeah, this is I don't know, probably changed frames on it.
Like who you want.
Okay.
So we got the man of the hour here, Jason. Anyone
Yeah.
wants to ask any questions?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't
exhibitions
ask me
are
about the
over.
cliff
That was
match,
fun.
because clearly I don't know that one.
Why is Axel so cheap?
Right? I mean, I know stuff like, you know, like Bovia, pole vault. Pressure is like, right, pressure.
Yeah, like you saw how the pole vault went just right through. That's because it was during
Oh.
the first half.
Oh,
the
sorry.
second half is when it got hurt. Hip hop.
Low counters more. A lot of his pokes.
Yeah, like even his 2H.
Because both 2H and
Good.
2D.
Yep.
I hate DQRF.
Go.
Pokes would be.
No, 2H. Well, 2D you can poke with. I actually poke with 2D more often than Far S. Because, Far S, even though it's fast for its range, like it's half screen, it does extend its box pretty quickly. I use 2D as a poke more often because, it's frame 7. The low profiles, he moves his hurt box in front of his collision box.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So, I've had, like, people point blank They're standing here. I'm standing here. I 2D. I go around them and hit them.
Yeah,
It's fucking stupid.
I've seen the opposite out of it. Well, a lot of his moves, I'm out of it and like flips like there. And,
Yeah.
See how much my lagging.
I think low counter was. High counters that can stop random. Dancing.
Whoops.
I mean, I don't have a problem with it. And a Sakura,
Right.
they like it.
Yeah, I was gonna say play a character
say
with
pick
guard
another
cancel.
character.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying,
What? Oh, like how much I'm sure.
saying Allegari about like, oh, but even though you can't punish it, burn that
Edge
distance.
attack.
I tried.
At that distance, I don't really have to turn other than like do Vincent and knock him like way back again. Nothing. Again.
Neutral sucks so much. Right, I can't do that well. I'm dead. See, it's funny because I have to wait till he's in 2D range.
That's who asked.
That wouldn't have reached. 2D's further than 2S, and I hit you at tip.
Oh yeah.
Fafnir has a fully extended herb.
Definitely not that.
Block it, Buster.
I was gonna say Grand Viper.
EHB pushes me out. It has
Grand-
an extended,
Do Grand Viper.
guess we
Slide
stop.
under and. Fireball.
hey, like a... You could do it without you just pressing fuzzy 5D between my blocks.
Okay.
I kind of can.
Alright, this-
Just like the Street Fighter 5 throw. Just let them get
Oh
thrown.
yeah, yeah. Let the throw.
Like it's actually worse if you check it. What?
Counter hit.
But well, what it was in Street Fighter 5 was like a throw in there in a good position. They throw you and it ruins their position. It's like, let them throw you because then they're in a bad position.
Like, I just traded 2S plus frames.
Godful.
This matchup's awful in my
Range.
opinion.
That's
But again, I'm trying to be more positive about my character. Just, you know, I do plus frames into Rocket and get counter hit, and it's like,
Caligari.
yeah, I know.
So no, I want to tell you something.
Oh, for it.
So I don't want to say what it is because I'm like to keep it. But you know the thing I'm doing in my second job?
Yeah.
You know I was on a losing streak for a month straight.
Yeah.
You know how much it sucked?
Yeah.
I finally won for the first time in a month on Friday. Yesterday. It felt pretty good. It was a tiny win. It was an awful win, but it was a win.
Ruff joined an underground fighting ring.
I did. 50-50.
That's how he cut his hand.
Yeah.
Oh, it all makes.
He had like a weapon of choice, but they're all like broken bottles.
Roar, yeah.
Tag and Nick.
Like wrap your arm up with like wrapping, put it in like
Yeah.
broken glass.
Bunch of glass. What is it? What is it? Actually, it's
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
kind of off. Alright, try to as mentioned jump over the.
So, fun story about Order Soul. You know how I have a short hop arc?
Yeah.
So, if he presses the ground button, I get hit unless I FD jump.
Uh-oh.
And even then, sometimes I just get hit anyway. No, I mean, if I call the pizza correctly, I'm out. If I didn't, I
Oh,
got it.
yeah. I mean, that's the same. Too.
No.
It's like,
Most characters can actually jump.
Maybe one,
It's
FD jump?
yeah. No, I just said I have to FD jump.
Hano says, I think a good way to rethink about your tool set during a losing matchup is shift all your focus specials to normal.
Okay,
And see
Hano,
if-
you
if
tell
they're
me
up to
what
snuff.
normals work in this matchup.
That-
Some
Jump
characters
it.
have to also abuse special skills like it. That's just how they work. Well, Haas has like a godlike jump peak. Staying away from high committal special moves against a character who stuns you in
oh,
Is that? Oh my
Yeah.
gosh!
dash it. Upper tunnel. Tunnel going.
Oh yeah, that's right. That also happens.
Find the like, gaps like right there where you can jump over.
No,
And then
this
his-
is.
Because
Okay, that was.
in particular, there's a lot. Just if you do that into, it's not sweet. That into. Maybe you can jump there. Possible you can.
Oh!
Possible for you to jump that there, then come down with the
Oh, I fucked up. Why didn't you burst?
that.
I mean,
Matt?
I want you to look at your life bar and then tell me it was a good.
It was
Oh,
the
yeah,
last
it was the
fucking
last
round and I had
You're
no
right, you're
meter
right,
to,
you're right.
to cancel my drill.
Some point. Probably when we're done. Working on the show. I had an
I
interview.
just don't think I can go in this matchup.
So,
I think I just like.
Answering
have
just
to
a
play
quick
it.
question.
Like you should play it. You can enjoy all the bad matchups that everyone else loves.
Maybe I shouldn't ask you.
You're like, oh, that was my first question.
Like, fuck Faust 6H. God damn his character.
Yeah. I actually don't mind 6H.
Oh, that's.
6H is one of those ones that's appropriately punishable. Like, it's rewarding for Faust, but if you block it, at least with Axel, punish it really well. Like, that's how things should be. Not like, it's like little, pizza. That's like, if you get hit, it's damage, block, craving. Thanks, Craig.
I wouldn't have hit it.
Best thing is, on clip up, run up and do charge burst.
Why? Why?
Because you do charge, he does the dodge, then he does the chop, and you burst. Mind game. Ultimate call out.
You gotta think 5 steps ahead. Jason.
Yeah. No, because he doesn't know dodge very often.
Oh, it's like,
Come on, that dodge.
what is Order Soul gonna do about it?
I mean, but I said charge burst, and he gets a charge.
Yeah, it's just, you know, minus 17 in full counter hit state if he blocks it against the character that TODs me.
Not gonna. After he hits the dodge, he's gonna pick up now that he knows. But any other time,
But now you said he's
big
deliberately
brain
not
move.
going to do it, he's going to do it.
Yeah.
And now that says that he's not going to do it, he's not going to do it.
Exactly. So it's a good idea again. All right.
Yeah.
Try to punch.
US doesn't reach. At that range, the only option I have is Falcon.
Oh, well, I mean that too. 5k obviously. That's might.
2S will... Look, this is how far 2S go.
5k.
Yeah, but it's not punishing.
All right.
And
Lift wave dashing.
Corner me, whatever reason. Yeah.
Only 3 characters in the game that can save that. Johnny, Cliff, and Gold Potemkin.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Potemkin can cure Air Officer.
Gold Potemkin. I have no idea how useful it is for Potemkin.
Do you just do that on reaction, or is it prediction?
No, it was on prediction.
Yeah, that's what I figured. It's just like... There's no... So, like, here's the thing. I know it's on prediction because I'm pushed out and I want to press my turn. But, like... What exactly can I do besides that?
You could just.
I could wait is the answer that I keep thinking of, but, like...
Like, I should have gone thrown there.
Kind of figure.
So, like, that's what happens when I wait. Which, I guess, is okay?
Let him drop so. Let him drop so you get a full unprorated. It is in your combo proration. Let him drop and wake up. Damage combo again.
Match. Like, call out the dodge. He'll just trade for 2D. I had ways to keep pressure.
Limit of my character.
It is. It is. It's just like all the normal Order Soul things that I do in every matchup just don't work here, feels like.
Or you haven't thrown me once.
Thing you do.
You're also like mashing like a maniac.
You got a frame shot me to keep me from matching my places.
Yeah.
I keep trying and I keep trading.
A better frame shot. Like when people mash me out of a sold 2P delayed 6P, it's like, okay, well that's not working. If I do 2P Micro dash 5K. Oh, hey, that works more often. Cool.
Alright, try. Let me see him do. Ow. Alright, a few minutes from now, he's less self-aware.
Good point.
But
Thank you, Jason.
Do all this work, catch up, trying to lag. Whatever. Don't get anywhere.
wait, how much of the gap is between Cliff's jump D and T?
Enough that I can Fafnir if I'm very low.
Cliff's jump D, the dive.
That's Scale River.
Oh, is that?
This?
Yeah, that.
That's a special move.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, D is,
That's
yeah,
JD.
that's right. But yeah, but the dive. How much frames are between those two hits? They don't actually combo
Depends on-
block, right?
It depends on the height at which he does it.
Okay.
Second hit doesn't go active until it hits the ground.
Yeah, yeah.
And also the splash damage, like, blocks and effects. They're how high you are.
Is the second hit a projectile or physical?
What was that about coming here and promising less salt?
Yeah, I know.
But the second.
I
Second
think
hit
it
is
is.
projectile.
Second hit is not invincible.
Physical.
Physical.
Physical, no, it's a projectile.
Okay. Would have been better, but I'm thinking I can't really punish it on block unless you just do it at, you know, stupid distance. Could
You can
probably counter between.
I mean, yeah, Hachi Sabako, the super.
Yeah.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah.
I think there's enough of a gap if I do it
Well,
high
that
enough.
one. Well, that one only needs one frame. Catch counter would be better for damage, but I mean, and it has to be. I don't think it's. But Hachi Sabako could work. Can't really stop it. I mean,
Alright, I'm gonna call my games at 1 and you guys can keep playing, obviously.
I don't know. Hero F isn't here. What's the point of playing? Sit around being depressed. Pass me the tub of ice cream.
How about I put the ice cubes in the freezer?
Speaking of it,
Ice cube.
let's go this way. Not much food lord.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can't toss a microwave because they got all this aluminum foil around it.
That's true.
So we do have a toaster oven, and that's what I used to read.
Okay with
Good
that.
idea.
Where's my hand? Or is there?
I can get you a fork if you want.
Yeah. That was the procedure with the. But good. Nothing to expect now but disappointment. Cliff makes you mad, remember, he's dead. That's what he.
What is Order Soul?
This doesn't make me mad. I don't. Whatever. I'm just gonna.
Ooh.
But the Order Soul's dead?
I'm trying to think, is he technically dead or is it just
He was killed.
he's a
He was killed by Soul.
I don't think that's canon, personally. But
Absolutely canon.
Soul killed him.
hey, he has like 3 different endings. I'm thinking something else probably happened, but who knows, maybe.
Yeah, because Eno was trying to trick Soul into fighting and killing Order Soul in order to kill himself because he killed himself from the past.
Yeah.
And Soul's just like,
alright.
fuck you, Eno. I'm too powerful to be killed by killing my past self.
Yep.
Ori won't worry.
Like, I know how time travel works in this universe.
I'm a scientist.
Yeah. Multiverse theory, I know about it. Shut up, you know.
It's really a 5th dimension of time. I get it.
Yeah. That's one thing I find really funny is Soul, for like, as stupid as he like, I guess acts or behaves
God.
all the time,
Yeah.
is like a gigantic genius.
Yeah, he's a genius.
Like he built the outrage, all the weapons to fight against all the gears.
He pretty
And,
much helped build the gears,
yeah,
right?
and he pretty much built the gears.
Built the gears, he
He
built
built
the
the
outrage.
ultimate weapon to stop them. It's like, this is the Soul?
This is how I describe Rev 2's ending.
What ending? Oh, Rev 2?
Yeah, Rev 2's ending, where they're dealing with how to, stop justice from being survived. And he says, alright, so, do this access cord and we change its coefficient. Happens in the magic circuit. So, give us enough energy to boost and stop, justice, right?
We'll say that? Was it?
That's just basic,
Oh.
I'm just fucking
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
whatever.
Okay.
And Jacko's just looking at him like, God, I want your dick right now.
Well,
I
that
want your
went,
dick so much right
that,
now.
that went to a place.
Christ.
God, you're so hot.
I'm so glad that when I just said it on stream.
Talk nudies. Cool. But it's funny, so that's apparently Soul, but every like line he says and every moment in the game is like, I don't know, just hit things, whatever. Just gonna punch it till it stops moving.
God, it's so hard to find nerds and geeks at a party like this. Wow, this cake is so juicy and moist. The cake is alive!
Oh, I love cake. Can I have some?
Those were like
Is that the channel?
a more recent Control-Alt-Delete comment.
Actually, that was an old one.
Oh, the
That's how you
fucking
control
doll.
all the way.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You see that, whoever that was that posted, like, a teacher talking about, like,
That was me.
understanding,
was me.
understanding languages and
Yeah.
this symbol.
Puzzle languages.
Yep. Worst part is I knew what it meant.
And you had to explain it to the whole class.
Like, oh, I know the Riven number system. Right?
Riven.
Oh yeah, that.
Riven the sequel to Myst. That's the full title of the game.
Yep. I love that. That's the title of the game.
I love that game though,
That was
because the
my verse.
that number
thank-
system was really
thank-
cool. You have to learn all of it separately and promote.
Okay. Is it like a straight substitution?
No, it's base 5.
Oh, okay.
It's actually technically base 25, but base 5 counts.
That's how you find nerds at a party. Like, this number system for Riven.
And then Jacko's just like, I want.
Yep. Jacko jump. Oh man.
That really pissed me off in Fez. So have you played Fez at all? So
I think about the,
I don't know if you're planning on playing Fez or
the
not.
number system because
There is a number system in Fez.
I probably never will. I stopped playing games that don't have a physical release.
Yeah.
And sometimes they later get one, like Blaster Master Zero got one. Stuff I've been wanting to play. But I'm pretty sure Fez never will, because
Yeah.
fish.
Yeah.
Probably go ahead and support.
So Fez, like, there's like 3 different game endings kind of thing. The basic one is explore the full world and get all the cubes, and once you do, take the world.
Right?
But if you play through certain things, there's certain like hidden puzzles that you can do, and if you do them, you get anti-cube. And so there's a secondary like ending if you get all the regular cubes and all the anti-cube. And in order to get like certain anti-cubes, you need to learn the number system that's within the game. And the game's constantly about like mentions and multiples of 4 and like all this other specific stuff. And so the numbering system, I can kind of even show you. Like you'll see symbols, and you'll see one where like it's a square with an up like an up line, and then you'll see other ones are up line, right line, down line, and left line, right? And then you'll see up line and right line, and then up and right line at the same time. And then you'll see down line, and then up line and right line, and then up, right, and down. That's binary. You can tell that's binary. And because of that, there's enough in there where it's like you'll have the left facing one, left, up, right, and down is gonna make 16 or 15. Because it's 8 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1,
Yeah.
15, right? It makes perfect sense. Like it's like, okay,
Yeah.
this is exactly binary. You're teaching people binary with this numbering system.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh well.
And just like when I finally figured it out, it's like, yes, I've got it. I know how the numbering system works. And I go and like try to solve all the puzzles, and none of this works. It's like, how is this? This is clearly binary. What's going on? Like this is exactly how it's supposed to work. I don't get it. And the reason I didn't get it is because it's not binary. It's base 10.
Can you represent?
I have no idea. Like I forgot even how it works because it doesn't make any sense.
Hello.
And it pissed me off because I was like, no, the person who created this puzzle got the wrong answer.
They were wrong.
Yeah.
Should
The
have been
person
like
who made this game got the wrong answer. I have the right answer.
Yeah.
Screw you, game. I was so pissed when I found out it was base 10 instead of binary. Or base 8.
I'll probably not gonna think of this, but there's a game I was playing recently, had a puzzle that was like, you know, blah blah blah, solve this number. And if you do solve it, it's the wrong answer. It's actually something else that it's supposed to be.
Oh.
Like 1 digit away or something. It's like they solved their puzzle wrong. But anyway, what I was gonna say about Fez though, the thing now speaking of, I guess, spoiler term, I really remember hearing about, you know, the secret endings and the puzzles and
Yeah, because there's a
the-
third secret ending.
Yeah, because there's the thing about like solving the language. There's this one thing that no one solved in like a decade,
Yeah.
and then someone finally did. I think by like actually going into the code or something, it's all like, okay,
Yes.
it's this number.
Yes.
But people were like, how is anybody supposed to
Again?
get to this number?
No, nobody.
And
Yeah.
it's just like,
So that's the fourth ending that was programmed in the game, but there's no hints or descriptions or anything on how to get to it.
yeah.
Somebody just literally looked at the code, found out what it is, and then was able to do it.
Yeah.
So I think it was just cut. That's what I
Oh,
think.
okay. Maybe.
The third ending is where you get these 3 heart cubes, and the heart cubes are supposed to be like the first one where you get all the regular cubes. It's like, okay, anybody can do that without really doing any puzzling. Second one's all about figuring out all these crazy puzzles, and then the third one is the puzzles are so crazy and grandiose that really no one person can figure any of them out. It's gonna take a community to figure them out, kind of thing.
I like those kind of puzzles.
I loved it.
I'm never gonna solve one.
I was so thrilled because I figured one of them out on my own,
Okay.
and it was great. So there's a section in the game where you go to like this observatory, and in the
I don't
observatory you
have,
find like these constellations, and the constellations lead to a puzzle,
God damn it.
which eventually gives you an anti-cube. But in one of the little sections, because you only look at like one of 4 quadrants, because it's all so 4 sides of a cube. Like, everything's all about that. So in one quadrant you can see this tiny little star. In fact, there's 2 of them, these red stars. And one of them flashes, and when one of them is flashing, the other one's off. And when the other one flashes, the other one's off. And it just keeps going with this really, really, really long stream. And it's so
Are you
long.
gonna tell me that's binary?
Well, it's so long that it goes into daytime, and when it's daytime, you can't see it anymore. And then it goes to nighttime, and it's still going.
Alright.
So what you have to do is you have to copy the whole string during nighttime, wait until daytime's over, copy the whole string again, and do that for a couple of days, and then overlap all of them to find out what the full thing is.
Oh, okay. So it's not the same thing that.
Right.
gives you
Well, no.
different
So
section
it's
of
so
it.
long that it lasts longer than night,
Yeah,
but it's not long enough to last an entire day.
yeah. Like it's not.
So if you
it's
keep
not
looking
one
over
day
multiple
looping,
nights
it's
and you
just-
write all of it down, you'll see where it overlaps, and then you can delete the rest of it.
Right,
So then, of course, like you said, it actually is binary.
right.
But you can't just put in a code for binary. You have to transform that binary into ASCII, 16, not that big. And then from that, you need to, like, that translates into another code with another puzzle
Yeah.
with this really long, like, button input combination that you need to do. Because even that, it's not a code that translates directly in a button combination. Out. And then once you put that in, then you can put the button combination in, and then you get the heart puzzle, the heart cube. I was so happy that I figured that one out. It was obviously the easiest one by far. By far.
Awesome. Cool though. That's. I've seen a lot of puzzles. Okay, this is in binary. So what does it gives you? Be a thing in hex. Okay.
Yeah.
So then, what's it there? Well, now it's in. There was some other code. Now it's in Morse code or something. And
Yeah.
now I translate it to this.
So in the second puzzle, for the second heart cube, this is like the second hardest one. The third one was even harder. So the second one, like as you're going through the game, you like find all these like ancient dead civilizations, and there's one where you go to a school and they show little like images on the chalkboard and stuff like that. And eventually you see one where it shows like the symbols that they use for first, second, and third dimension. And you even see zero dimension with that
You
movie.
mean the game?
In the game.
first-
Yeah, because it's their own language, right?
Yeah.
And so you see what their symbols are for first, second, and third dimension. And then you eventually you get this one artifact, which is a book. And you can flip through the book and it has all these pages of letters and you've already figured out what they're. But it has a symbol on the front cover where if you interpolate what one dimension, two dimension, and three dimension are, you can tell that fourth dimension is what this is supposed to be. You've never seen that symbol before. You can tell it means fourth dimension. And so the book is just these pages of these words or letters really, and you have to translate into the language of the letters. When you translate them completely, it's complete gibberish. So they're like, okay, well it's some sort of anagram or puzzle. But then they realize, okay, it's an anagram or puzzle that takes place for every single page combined, put together, and it's so long, it's like you can't possibly solve it. But then what they figured out was it says fourth dimensional on there.
I think the thing that
So-
I think
so-
I heard about this.
So if you have a three-dimensional book, it has two-dimensional pages, right? And that's how you read it. If you have a fourth-dimensional book, it has three-dimensional pages. What you're supposed to do is stack all of those letters together on top of it to create a cube, and then you use that to translate everything with what you've got,
Yeah.
and then it like gives you a puzzle, and you then have to follow and solve that. It's like, Jesus, this is awesome.
Yeah, I think I heard about that one.
I love
You're
that.
supposed to read down the words.
Yeah,
Like-
it's not just down because it actually is like a certain code of like.
Yeah, like through all the pages. Or, okay. Yeah, it's supposed to take
All
into
the ones you-
consideration
yeah,
which page is on top of the other one.
No, I thought I,
All of us talking about like why do we have
What?
base 60
I
math
thought I had
then?
more room behind me.
So the interesting history, because you know how we have 60 seconds in a minute and 60 minutes in an hour. Seconds and minutes are actual measurements of degrees. Before even time, it was measurements of degrees. Because there's 360 degrees in a circle, right? Well, if you have it on a sundial, 360, which they use 360 because that's how many days were in a year. Ish.
Damn it. Almost went the whole night.
So because of that, it's 360. And also 360 is divisible by a whole bunch of numbers. Really, really divisible. So 360 was a great number for it. And because of 360, they then used 60 minutes. Because if you think of like you're looking at like latitude and longitude, it's 60. You know, like you'll have a certain amount of degrees and then minutes and then seconds. Do it. It's the same thing. And so that number of minutes and seconds was because of the degrees, not really because of time. And then we started calling it that way because that's what it was on the sundial.
Okay.
So time came second to radial measurement. And then if you want to
I
actually
follow
do it
that.
in math, we use radian instead of degrees because radian makes common sense.
Yeah. those ones weren't measured out by the size of King George's finger.
Yeah, well, I mean, like Pluto wouldn't use 360, right? He'd use like 1,900 or whatever it is.
I don't even.
How many days it goes around the Earth or
I
around
don't
the
even
Sun?
think Pluto's a. I don't know why.
Neptune.
Why Pluto matters.
Well, if there's Plutonians, right? If they created a mathematical system, it's an arbitrary based on their planet. Like for us,
It would be based on-
360 degrees is arbitrary based on Earth. There's a lot of that.
Wait, so you're talking about base 6, right?
Yeah, so base 16 is definitely way better. Base 10 would be.
Base 16. What I can
You
tell.
know,
I
like ounces
oh,
and pounds.
oh my god.
Yes.
True, we should. Metric system.
Yes, the metric system's lame.
But, well, I could be wrong on this because I'm from Wikipedia. I think base 16 mostly got popular from computers because binary goes into anything divisible by. And when you get bytes and bits in it,
Yeah.
then it makes more sense to just have it by 16.
Right. I mean, it makes mathematical sense. Like base 8, base 16. No, base 16 is just extrapolation. But, you know, like base 8 probably makes a lot more sense mathematically than base 10. If we just did all calculations in base 8.
Yeah. Either of those.
Yeah.
You do 10 because
Woo! I finally
10
fucking got it.
fingers. At least that's what I've heard.
Yeah, that's
Even though it was
why
in our
that's why we
song.
use base 10 a lot. So the metric system, 10 is just an arbitrary number. And to like an alien race that doesn't have 10 fingers, they're
Okay.
like, why use, you know,
Yeah.
like to them, why use the number 12?
Yeah, they have 8 fingers.
Yeah.
This is perfect.
Yeah,
Our
it's perfect.
computers make sense.
Because to them, if you have base 8, the number 10 is just 12, right? So it's like, why are you using something that's not an even number? Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
But speaking of the number 12, because a lot of people are like, okay, why are there 12 inches in a foot? That's stupid, right? Why use these kind of measurements, right?
Okay. Why are there?
Well,
was
because
12?
12 is very easily divisible. 2, 3, 4, 6. So if you say I want a third of a foot, great, it's 3 inches. If you say I want a third of a meter,
Okay, well,
that's 333.33 centimeters,
33.3.
right? It's not even.
yeah.
But if you're trying to divide like acres, I think it makes a lot more sense to use those kind of measurements.
No, base 16 also is.
But it's not, but base 12 would be.
Then it's not divisible. Well, it is divisible. It's not a multiple
Right.
power of. So in that case, it's the power of divisible by 3 plus 4 and 6. Divisible by that criteria.
What would that be, 64? Or 32? 32? 1,048,576?
Oh, 32?
Or 32? No. Yeah, because it would be 33 would be.
Yeah. Nothing is.
128? Yeah, I guess it probably isn't.
Yeah, nothing is because all we're doing is multiplying by 2. Okay, so nothing will be divisible by 4.
Yeah.
Nothing will be odd. Perfect number. Well, we need our mathematicians to come up with new numbers that can fit these criteria.
Let's come up with new numbers.
Some sort of quantum numbering system that goes between what we think the limits
we'll
are
call
of
it
how numbers
decimal.
work. Oh.
Or you could just use fractions.
Yes. Yeah, that's it. 33 and a third.
My math teacher, like, he hated decimals when it was like in calculus in college. Like, no, the exact answer of dividing something by 3 is 1/3. You better write 1/3. Because decimals, you better write all the numbers that's necessary.
Yeah. It's true that fractions are a lot more efficient because anywhere down the line, one can be given the 1/3. They can divide it out if they want,
Yeah.
but no, we confused about like 0.33 and like 0.33.
Yeah.
No, this.
Yeah.
No freeze.
Because in physics, that's when you get to rounding. Right? If you're calculating math, you shouldn't be rounding. Because it's just pure math.
I don't know if physics should either.
Well, they have to do rounding for certain cases, making like the most significant numbers,
Yeah.
right? So if you're measuring something with a ruler, you can only get so precise.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of true. Well, I'm thinking like constant. A constant, you can't really express it as a fraction. Pick a bunch of decimals. Pi or
Yeah.
something.
You want to get as accurate a measurements as you can for those constants, because you've seen it where like they'll have a constant that only has 5 digits, and then you can get a few errors when you get to really big or really small numbers.
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess I'm disciplined.
Like, oh, we got to figure out what Avogadro's number is. Now we got a better measurement system. Let's figure it out more.
Yeah. You can just leave it as a constant. Not like a theta on your thing and like
It
theta.
has to mean something. All right, I've got 5 thetas.
Yeah. Well, I meant no numbers. Thinking theta is in the theta.
Maybe not? Like the not symbol?
Yeah.
And,
No.
and N-A-U-G-H-T. Like an empty set.
Not an empty set. The actual like circle the line there. Yeah, but just
There's a lot of variable, like
All the,
numbers that are used as constant.
yeah. I mean like
Greek symbols.
yeah, but I mean known ones. Like a variable you're calling it.
Like that's what we do with pi, though. You've got 3 pi, 4 pi kind of thing. But that's because there's no end to pi,
Yeah. That's what
and
I mean.
no end to phi,
Yeah.
no end to e.
That's what I mean. So much like your teacher leaving it a fraction, just leave it as pi.
Yeah, well, he's fine with that.
What's the answer?
Pi is an exact number.
Yeah, exactly.
A decimal representation of pi is not an
That's
exact
what I
number.
mean. A lot of the yeah, a lot of the well-known constants of
Yeah.
gravity.
9.81 meters per second squared.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I mean,
What, G?
Yes,
why is that
capital
not
G.
oh, is it? Yeah, it's lowercase g.
Capital.
Capital. Yeah, that's both.
Yeah, but you know, well-known.
Like C for the speed of light.
Yeah.
2.99 meters per second squared, 10 to the 8 powers. When the times 10 to the negative 8.
Round off the speed of light to good.
Yeah, a lot of people do that.
But that would cause like. You actually had like.
Well, it causes
I-
issues in like satellite calculators.
Yeah. Oh, no. Thinking too, if like you actually had like intergalactic travel, it was like totally wrong.
What's funny is, like, a lot of times when you get more accurate physical data like that, they'll actually redefine metrics based on that. So, for example, things like meters. Like, okay, the meter is actually now defined based off of this. We found out that you know, speed of light was some number, and now we made it so we defined the meter based on that. It's fine by me because you want more arbitrary number, like more set numbers that make sense with other things. Like a second is based off the half-life of Cesium or something like that, you know?
Oh yeah.
It's like, okay, that's just kind of just pick something. That's because it was kind of close to what we wanted our second to be. So they did it off that.
Being recently, like being really nerdy, they redefined a bunch of metric units so that they would correlate to each other better. Like, heard somewhere, like, meter didn't quite correlate to a meter or a joule.
Yeah.
And now they
Alright,
do
awesome.
because we.
Okay.
Well, for me, the most important numbers when it comes to all of those measurements are Planck constant. Like
Okay,
the
yeah,
Planck,
yeah.
the Planck units of measurement.
Funny thing is, I'm looking up the
Because
Constants
Planck
and-
units are the smallest
and
measurements you
right
could possibly
here.
have in physics.
Planck constant.
Yeah.
Planck constant have a symbol dedicated to it?
No. So there's different constants based off of the different dimensional measurements. So it's all based off the smallest possible number you can have according to the laws of physics.
Oh, sick.
Oh, yeah.
It auto-corrected for me.
So like the
I ain't more
smallest
shit.
length, like a plank length,
Thank you.
is it's something like the distance, the speed of light travels, within the radius. No, sorry, that's the speed. So the radius of a Schwarzschild radius black hole, which is the smallest black hole that will collapse in upon. So the radius of that is a Planck constant, and then a Planck time is how far light takes to travel one Planck length.
Oh, I'm surprised that didn't hit.
So then they're all based off of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was thinking of constant. Kind of probably the best example is imaginary.
Yeah.
Imaginary numbers, it's best to just leave it in his eye instead of constantly writing a square root.
Right.
Because further down the line, the calculation is a lot easier. In theory, if the number stops becoming imaginary,
Yeah.
square it above
like I
zero.
squared.
Yeah. I guess that's probably the best example. Leave it as the thing instead of trying to write it out.
Oh, I fucked up my own max damage combo that I routed.
But yeah, at
I
the
was
same
so
time,
hyped to hit it.
there's no like variable, not variable, but there's no like number representation like
And I dropped
Like I
dropped my.
for square root of 2 or square root of
Oh,
7.
oh.
You know, and square root
Yeah.
of 2 is a number like pi. It does not end, and it doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we just say square root 2.
You also leave it as
Come on, dude.
And you know that that I, e to the I pi squared. No, sorry, just e to the I pi.
Yeah!
E to the I times pi power.
so the I itself is power.
No, so I times pi, e to the power of parentheses I times pi. You want that number is -1. Just pi I.
Yeah. I mean,
It's just an I number of
Yeah,
pi's,
we
right? So e to that power is -1.
oh, because even I and the negative one left over
Yeah.
for the square root. That's funny. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Instead of trying to calculate like 3.14 times -1.
GG's.
GG's. So Hellhurst.
Yep.
2 point.
Also gets in.
Alright.
I think I'm done for the night too.
Oh, did you want to play? Wait, he
Yeah, we can play a little bit.
on stream.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say, if everyone's done, then yeah.
Oh, he may. Waifu fight's going.
Okay.
I don't know.
Do you have any
fans
advice
win.
for the Cliff matchup?
Fuck that kid.
To be honest, I don't really play against Cliff, so.
Okay, that's
Wait for him to have a heart attack.
it's
Yeah,
just
that's
it's
all
like
we-
fighting the end in Metal Gear 3.
Yeah,
So-
you just wait a week and he's done.
So it's like in
feels
Life of
like
Brian,
Cliff kind
you
of
just
falls
run around
into
the
same
Coliseum
thing
until
that
the other
Axel
person
does
has a heart
with me,
attack.
where it's like, I
It's just like
can't get
Oh.
like
near
there's this big like
Except
hardy
Cliff
guy
is
with
different
like
because
all these
it's
like
not so much
weapons,
getting
and
in,
this scrawny little
it's-
guy who goes in the Coliseum's like, no, let me
I
back
get
out.
2 or 3.
He sees that guy walk out, he's like, he just drops his weapon
all
and
of my
runs.
resets
It's just a
don't
circle.
work. What's
This
the
is just
I don't
running.
know.
And so the other guy's
It-
trying to
it
just
feels
chase him.
weird, and it
He's
feels
going in
like I
circles.
can't
Like in the full armor.
Yeah.
Like,
And so then the guy is like, who's big and heavy, he's like, oh, I think I'm
you're
having
getting
a
away with
cardiac
what you're supposed
arrest.
to do, but you're not
He falls
afraid of
over and dies.
Yeah.
So the scrawny guy wins.
Working against Cliff, you're playing
That's
like
how you do
so afraid of everything I do. It's just like, well, now I'm free to just match 5P. Now I'm free to just go for throw reset. Now I'm free to do whatever.
Especially Kohime.
Yeah. I gotta get the tip.
That'd be like an interesting thing in real life too, and the guy just like keeps running around in a circle. I'm like, what do you do? And it's like,
He has nowhere to run.
Yeah.
But he's just running in a circle. It's like, what are you doing?
but even outside of the cardiac, it's just like, like 2 days later, it's like, hey, you gonna go sleep? Huh? You gonna fall asleep? No. How about you? No, I'm awake. What about you? Huh? Just try to see who drops first. Who can't take it anymore?